Hello, hello.
Introducing your 2011 AAA Blues. Defenseman. Number 2, Patrick Komodowski. Defenseman. Number 7, Hutch Rubis. Forward. Number 9, Tyson Boyer. Defenseman. Number 10, John Peterson. Defenseman. Number 11, Malachi Smith. Defenseman. Number 12, Linus Brooks. Forward. Number 13, Brandon Bauer. Forward. Number 16, Braden Harris. Forward. Number 17, Jackson Giorgio. Defenseman. Number 19, Emerson Minimin. Forward. Number 21, Mason Blanchard. Forward. Number 27, Grant Hugner. Forward. Number 29, Ian Bowers. Goalie. Number 30, Max Stutzer. Goalie. Number 31, Luke Scanapieko. Forward. Number 66, Braden Schneider. Forward. Number 85, Gordon Crowley. Forward. Number 88, Luke Wessel. Forward. Number 91, Jonathan Zilm. Forward. Number 93, Ben Spatansky.
Okay, let's go.
Good afternoon, Blues fans. Coming to you from Lager Rink, Centene Community Ice Center. Game 2 of the weekend against the Cincinnati Cyclones. Game 1 yesterday was a Blues win 4-3. Cyclones added an empty netter late in the third. Blues salt away the win. Look to come out with a little bit hotter start today. Warm-ups finished. We'll get ready to go and drop the puck here in just a minute or two. Game 4 for the Cyclones. They Had 2 against Carshield, evidently, as well. 1 last night, 1 this morning. So they got their money's worth on their trip to St. Louis. And on a Sunday afternoon when it feels like it's about 150 degrees out in St. Louis, being at Plager Rink's not a bad idea. Teams get their final instructions from the coaches, and we'll be set to drop the puck here. Blues get ready for the drop here. Miniman and Peterson anchor the defense. Wessel, Stefanski, and Boyer. Luke Scanapienko in that between the pipes. So it's ready for the drop, and we're underway. One back by the Cyclones. They can't control. Boyer quickly ahead into the zone. Knocked off the puck. Nice held in by Peterson there down the boards. We have a stop with the play. Probably a hand pass. And it is. 9 seconds in. We bring the face off to center ice. No, excuse me, just outside Cyclones defensive zone. In front of their bench. Hansky ready for the drop. Puck battled for, shot down the ice, should go for icing, no, waved off. Miniman back collected behind his net. He reverses Peterson. Surveys ahead to Wessel on the tape. Wessel trying to put the puck in. He's knocked off the puck. Peterson now gathers in the neutral zone. His pass to Miniman is deflected. Luke plays it. That's a play to Miniman. Brings up the half boards. That's stopped by the Cyclones. Peterson gathers behind his net. Looks to break it out. Ahead. Boyer touch pass to Miniman. Miniman disrupted, but moves it ahead to Russell. Now ahead to Stefanski. His line mates go off for a change. Bauer in. He collects on the half boards. Stefanski late on his shift, still working hard. Behind the cage, head to Bauer. Back to Brooks on the point. Stefanski will go off for a change. Shot, stop. Rubis now on the ice in defense. Wessel pinched along the board. Cyclones gather. They look to bring it up. And do now through the neutral zone. Gain the zone. But just one attacker as they go off for a change. He shoots it in. Stoppage. We have a pump. I didn't see it. It's like they nabbed Wessel for a roughing. So Blue special teams will go to work on the PK 1438, frame 1. Penalty killing unit is Giorgio Zilm. Brooks and Rubis. Slight delay while the officials sort out the penalty. Wessel's in the box. Discussion whether it's 2 minutes or a minute and a half on the penalties. We played 2 yesterday, and that's what we'll do today. So we'll get ready for the drop in our D zone. Giorgio on the dot. One back. Rubis collects, funnels it up. Cyclones hold it in. Shot from the point, stopped by Brooks in front of the cage. Rubis sends it around behind the boards, looking to get Giorgio. Giorgio couldn't squirt it. Cyclones keep it in the zone. Shot, glove, held, 14-20. 17 seconds in. The Blues kill. We'll drop it again. Not same personnel. We had Zilman Giorgio still out, Malachi Smith and Patty Komodowski for the D. Shot, stop. Again, we'll freeze it after 4 seconds of play. And we'll drop it to Luke's right one more time. Giorgio ties up his man behind the cage. Malachi Smith reverses. Giorgio picks it up in the half board, ships ahead to himself out of the zone with support from Zilm. Nice play by 91 Blues. Cyclones gather and flew. They'll shoot it in. Gave him the red line. And now we have to be a little careful here. Puck's loose in front. A little casual by the Blues. Komodowski rims it out of the zone. Cyclones hold it. They'll shoot it in, but they are offsides. 13:47. 50 seconds into the Wessel roughing minor. Fresh forwards in on the PK. Crowley and Spakansky will prepare for the drop south side of the Cyclones defensive zone. Spakansky fucked ahead, gathered by the Cyclones in their defensive zone. Spakansky in giving chase, disrupting that. Nice job by Spakansky to disrupt that. Blues are going to collect this through the middle of the ice. Komodowski now retreats. He'll go to his partner, Malachi Smith's going to have to play it off the boards. Spakansky ahead, not out of the zone. Harasses his man again. Malachi Smith takes his man down. Komodowski reverses behind the cage, stops, surveys, works it up. Probably going to go for icing. I don't think he played it, and it will. 33 seconds remain on the Wessel Minor. 13-10 in a choppy first several minutes of Game 2 for the Blues. Face off again. This guy goes right. Blanchard ties up his man. Cyclones find the puck. They work it back to the point. Shot blocked by Blanchard out front. Miniman stands on the pass ahead, but he gathers. He'll throw it down the ice. Has a chance to get on net and will. 15 seconds now remaining on the Wessel Minor as he gets ready to exit. Cyclones just hold in their end. Now they look to break it out. Peterson steps in front of that, and he'll shoot it in from the blue line. Blocked, now out. Cyclones bring it up through the neutral zone, but well defended. Can't do much with it. Finneman now collects. Almost it behind the cage to Peterson. Peterson reverses. Now they'll work it back to Miniman behind the cage. Miniman looks to exit. Nice pass ahead to Stefanski on the tape. Gains the red line. Shoots the puck in. And now he'll give chase his own shot. Stefanski got that on. A little wide of the crease. Blues looking to hold it in the zone. And do. Good job by Miniman to seal it. That first shot doesn't get through. Gathers his own puck. Funnels it to Harris. To Braden Schneider. Schneider to Peterson to Miniman. Miniman shot from the point, loose, and in! Blues are on the board, 1-0. 11:59. I didn't see who collected it in front. It's like big Ian Bowers got it. Good for him. 29 Blues gets the goal. Nice work by the Blues defensive unit with Schneider involved as well. And Miniman shot that got through just inside the blue line, and Bowers collects and buries. 1-0 Blues. 4 minutes in. Off the face-off, Brooks in his D zone. Takes a hop on him. His pass across the Rubis hits some ice. Blues now working in their defensive zone. Good pinch there. Support from Rubis. Rubis gathers. He works it behind the cage to Brooks. And back to him. Now Rubis collects, looks ahead, funnels it over to Brooks, who exits the zone, gains the red line, and will shoot it in. Blues got to work Schneider ahead in. He'll pick it up on the half boards. Through contact to Bauer. Bauer behind the cage. Going to pick it up as Crowley and does. Nice little reverse by Crowley there. He'll take a second hit. Really nice contact by Crowley. Puck is in on goal and frozen. 11-12. Period 1, Blues up 1. Nice shift by that unit. We'll have wholesale personnel change. Smith and Komodowski are defensemen. Giorgio, Blanchard, and Harris prepare for an ozone face-off. Cyclones goalies left. Moves ahead. Cyclones pick it up. No pressure. Can't exit the zone. Finish on the half ropes. Giorgio with pressure. Great job by Harris to flow. Malachi Smith blows the tires. He's going down. Komodowski back. Shot gets through. 1-1. 10:57. Unfortunate. Blues were in good shape. Malachi just unfortunately blew a tire. Komodowski was right in front. Shot got through. I don't know if he was completely screened a little bit or not, but we're all even at ones. Georgia on the face-off dot. He wins it back to Malachi Smith at his own blue line, red line ahead and in. Blues give chase and go to work. Harris in hard. In front here, Rich to Georgia. Georgia takes behind the cage, looking for a pass. He'll escape at the low slot, funnels it over to Blanchard. Pass doesn't connect. Georgia now helps his man through the neutral zone. Shot in by the Cyclones harmlessly. They're on the change. Komodowski will pick it up on the boards and looks to skate it out. Puts on the brakes. Brooks to Malachi Smith. Blues still in their zone. Now exit. Harris ahead. Gains the red line. Gojo in on the forecheck. Presses his man. He comes away with the puck. Still now loose. Blanchard funnels it over to the right. Malachi in on the boards. Blanchard picks it up. He'll go for a skate, looking to work into the front. Can't find Boyer. Boyer now picks it up. He's been against the boards. Blues go for a change. Good work by Boyer to occupy his man. Hard shot. Komodowski hits a stick and up into the boards. Blues pitching hard now. Wessel in. Bill circle and reverse. Works it out to Malachi on the point. Quickly across to Komodowski. Shot down. Loose and now frozen. And a little extracurricular as the Cyclones protect their goal. We'll have a stoppage at 9:42. All even. One apiece. Cinnamon and Peterson will be the defensive unit. Another penalty. Wessel finds himself in the box for a second time. But he's not alone, offsetting minors. So we'll play 5-on-5. Pair of roughing minors, wasn't a whole lot. It's just going hard to the net and protecting the net. But there we go. Stansky sends it back. Shot from Peterson. Hard on the point. Stansky's down. And then see what happened. He's in a little bit of discomfort. He's going to skate off. Tough kid going for a change. Blues shot. Wide behind the cage. Now Boyer. From Boyer, excuse me. Blues now back with a fifth skater on. And that's Fugner. Now Harris collects the puck. He chips it ahead to himself off the boards. He's in. Alone. Nice move and a goal. Pretty move. Braden Harris puts the Blues back on top by a goal. 2-1 at the 9:12 mark. Period one. Zilmald on the right wing. Grant Fugner ready for the drop. Brendan Bauer, 13. Over on the left wing, Miniman and Peterson, your defensemen. Cyclones gather off the dot. Fugner tried to scoot ahead, couldn't quite make it. Puck now scores for Bauer. He's in on the left. Hard shot. Top loose. Sitting right on the doorstep. Zill's charging hard. Just couldn't quite get there in time. Now Fugner ties up his man, supported by Johnny Zill. Bauer in hard. Disrupts that. Peterson gathers at the blue line. Hard shot. Loose again. He's letting the puck fly. Always made some good stops. A lot of loose change in front. Miniman now pinches. Finds Bauer's got a chance. Dishes. Nice pass. Beautiful play. Great little pass pass from Bauer. I think everyone in the building thought he was going to rip the shot, but had good vision, trickled it to the left. I didn't see who he found. It might have been Johnny Zilm. Yep, he's heading to the front of the handshake line. Beautiful pass from 13 blue Bauer. Johnny Zilm puts it in. Blues are now up to 3-1, 8:34. Still in our opening period here. Crowley out on the left wing. Bowers on the right. Schneider comes in for the drop, and he's going to win it with support from Bowers. Now Rubis receives from Brooks, back to Brooks. Brooks ahead. Crowley got it through. They're going to call icing. Stoppage date 22. The Cyclone player touched it, but opinion doesn't mean it. Blues will get ready for a drop in their zone. Schneider plays it back. Brooks behind the cage to Rubis. Rubis ahead to Bowers on the point. Cyclone pulled it in. Good pressure by Bowers now. Get some support from Schneider. Rubis stops, reverses. And a little activity here, but now Rubis comes ahead with it. No gain the zone. Ahead, sets the offense up. He freezes, circles on to Crowley. Crowley back to Brooks on the left point. Brooks, nice move, works it down. Bowers down low. Looking to center. Couldn't quite connect. Nice little play here. Blues are possessing the puck well. Rubis now through the neutral zone. Cross ice to Brooks. Still in the neutral zone. Gains the red line. Line is skates ahead. Through Bowers. Nice drop pass to Rubis. Rubis ahead. A little disorganized here as we go for a change, but nice job by Harris, who was just in to disrupt that pass. Now Bauer late on his shift. Still doing good work. Rubis trying to find Harris. Lets that shot get through. Can't save by the goalie. Giorgio disrupts that exit. Rubis collects through the neutral zone. Blues look to work it up. Rubis finds, can't connect with Harris, but they say it hit off the Cyclone stick, so no icing. Blanchard in hard, pins his man. On the cage, centering pass. Shot stop. Giorgio just missed that. Good stop by the goalie. Nice feed there from Harris. Giorgio picks it up. Half boards, he has it taken away. Cyclones shoot it out of the zone. Won't go all the way down. Komodowski will gather in his defensive end behind the cage. And now looks to break it out. And can't connect with anyone. But no icing there either. Cyclones dealing with pressure from Blanchard and Giorgio. They work it up the half boards. Smith holds it in. Now has a roll on him. Reverses to his D partner, Komodowski. Works it up through the neutral zone and off of Boyer's stick into the Cyclones bench. 6:06. First period. Who's up 3-1? Miniman and Peterson, their D pairing. Wessel and Boyer flanks Dansky. Center ice face off. Dansky works it over to Boyer. Cyclones shoot it in casually and well stopped. And the Blues look to exit the zone, trying to find Wessel. You got Miniman charging hard up the front. He's pitching, coming in up the right, off the rush. Low angle shot, finds the goalie. It's bad save. And now we have to retreat back on D. Skansky covering for Miniman. Does well. Blues break that up. Now Boyer exits the zone, chips off the board. Cyclones break that up. They gather it through the neutral zone and in alone up the wing. Cyclones, and that's a goal. 3-2, 5:28. If you're a fan of offense, this is your game. Blues put new troops on the ice. Zillman, Bauer, Brackett, Fugner, Rubis and Brooks, the D-men. Fugner, with help from Zilm, wins it back. Rubis over to Brooks. Brooks ahead. gains the line. Bauer in, trying to center the zone. That pass is disrupted. Huebner with a shot, a little bit wide. Huebner now collects the pass from Zilm, works it back to Brooks. The left point shot doesn't get all the way through. Boys try to find it. Rubis nicely plays it to the corner. Huebner picks it up now on the end boards. Dodges a hit. Cyclones freeze it behind their goal. Branson on the forecheck. And it should have come out and did, so we'll have an offside stoppage. 4:53, period one. Blues up by one. 3-2. Face off just outside the Cyclones defensive zone. Huebner ready for the drop. And ahead. Cyclones win it. They'll work it through. Rubis disrupts that over to Brooks. Brooks quickly ahead to Bauer for a tire. No penalty. Cyclones work it ahead. That shot doesn't get through. Brooks stops it. Brooks stops another one. Shoots from Wino. Finishes check on the boards. Rubis with a nice takeaway now with the stoppage. Nets off at 4:30. Schneider ready for the drop. Bauer and Crowley with him. Komodowski and Smith, the defensive pairing. Komodowski stops the puck. He works it behind the cage. Crowley tries to pick it up. Cyclones hold it. Shot from the point. Deflected wide. They possess. Try to work it down. But Ian Bowers is there. Now giving chase on the forecheck as it comes all the way in. Bowers catches it. Looking to center. Can't connect. So their goalie freezes it. Nice hustle by Ian Bowers there. 4:08 in the first. The Blues will get ready for an offensive zone face-off. Same personnel. Broken stick by the Cyclone center. Go for a new piece of lumber. And actually, we have a new Cyclone come in to take the drop instead. Expensive St. Louis souvenir. We've all been there. Schneider on the face-off. Battles well. Puck still battled for on the boards. Ian Bauer skates it down and through now around the cage. Looking to center it. He moves it for Crowley. Crowley working hard. Crowley works it back to Malachi Smith on the right. It can't gather. That'll go down. Won't be icing as Malachi played it. Now 44. Cyclones in. Puck loose behind the cage. Pick it up. Malachi. Nice job battling there. Still don't have control. Watch the back door here. Good stick. Let's see who that pinched down. Bowers works the puck out. That should be offsides. It is 3:28. Peterson and Miniman, your defenseman. Harris on the left wing. Mason Blanchard on the right. Giorgio skates in for the drop. He wins it back to Peterson. Exits the zone, gains the red line, works it in ahead. Harris in on the forecheck. He'll come up with it. Now loses it behind the cage. Puts on the brakes. Blanchard in to support that. Harris still on his feet. And Miniman sails that puck over the netting. We'll have a stoppage. 3:05 remaining in the first. 3-2 Blues. Face off should come to center ice and does. Same personnel. Giorgio wins it back to Peterson over to Miniman in the Blues defensive zone. Ahead to Giorgio. Gets hit high and drew a minor there. So the Blues will be on the power play. Giorgio took an elbow to the head. So we'll see if the Blues can get there special teams working as they'll go on power play for the first time this afternoon. Same personnel. Face off to the left of the Cyclones netminder. Giorgio wins it ahead to Harris. Skated behind the cage, works back to Peterson, quickly back to Harris, tries to find Miniman and does on the right point, over to Peterson on the left, skates in, works it down to Blanchard. Back to Peterson, to Miniman, shot fake, pass, Harris on the right. Oh, beautiful play, better stop, and Giorgio, I think, cleans up the trash there, but that was a beautiful sequence before his stick found it. Really nice deception. Miniman with a great little fake shot there. Passed it over to Harris, just outside the dots, and found a sweeping teammate. Really got a piece of it, and Giorgio whacked in the rebound. 4-2 Blues, 2:35. So they made quick work of the roughing minor, elbowing minor, however you want to call it. Just 22 seconds into that power play as all pick the Blues find the back of the net. Giorgio, Harris, Blanchard remain out. Rubis and Brooks now in defense. Brooks collects that face off over to Rubis. Rubis ahead to Blanchard on the half boards. They exit zone. Nice pass to Harris right on the tape. Harris head hard to the right. Trying to find Giorgio on the back door. That pass was just off. Giorgio leaves it for Harris. Harris working hard ahead. He'll gather it. He's pinched on the board. Still comes away with it. Head to Giorgio. You can see it there. Interference call. Now Harris on the right. He'll work it ahead to Blanchard. Battles on the puck. Harris coming in to support. Cyclones having a hard time dealing with the Blues. Full check here. Rubis holds it in. His shot wide. Picked up by Blanchard. And the goalie freezes it. All Blues the last 5 or 6 minutes here. 1:46 remaining in the opening period. Blues up 2. 4-2 your score. Fresh troops. Komodowski and Smith. Your defenseman, Boyer, Stefanski, Wessel. Stefanski wins it ahead to Boyer. Up loose, shot wide. As Stefanski, Malachi, Smith works it ahead, down. Cyclones able to exit. And here they come with a 2-on-1. Komodowski in good position, takes away the shooter. This wide. Puck is out. Now Wessel's got a 1-on-1. He's at the red line. Boyer charging hard behind him. Wessel with a shot. Can't hit the net. Malachi Smith collects on the right. Boyer reverses behind the cage. Wessel goes to work. He comes away with it. Works it to Komodowski. Quickly over to Malachi. Shot. Good stop by the goalie. He gloves it at 110. Same personnel. The face off to the left of the Cyclones goaltender. Stefanski skates in. He wins it back to Boyer. Drops it to Smith. Smith ahead. Wessel looking to collect behind the goal and does. Boyer on the half boards. Boyer to Wessel. Look at the center. Stefanski. Cyclones come away with it. Moves back in defense. They can simply flip it in. Now Komodowski reverses. Stefanski collects his pass behind the goal. Works it ahead. And nice little reverse. Boyer to Russell. Russell puts on the brakes, looking for a cross-ice feed. Finds Malachi. Shot wide and high. Blues now through the neutral zone. We have a stoppage. I didn't see the penalty behind the play, but Blues are going to go off with a penalty. It's an interference call. They got Boyer at the 32nd mark of frame 1. So the Blues PK unit goes back to work. This time it's Giorgio and Zilm to get things started. Peterson and Miniman face off, elected by the Cyclones. They'll try to set their offense. Work it to the down corner. Miniman's there. Now outside the dots, nice stick by Giorgio. He'll skate it out of the zone. Occupies his man. Cyclones will just like to try and shoot it in. Giorgio harasses his man again. Cyclones goes shot from the top. Peterson with a nice block. There was a lot of pace on that shot. Should have been a man interference there. No call. Miniman works. And that'll do it for frame one. So a minute and a half left on the Boyer interference minor to start frame two. Moves up to. We'll be right back. Get ready for the start of period two here. Needs to be on the kill for a minute and a half. The same PK unit on the ice for the Blues. Zillman, Giorgio, Peterson, and Miniman. Center ice face off. Giorgio wins it back. Miniman will collect in his zone. Circles, goes for a skate, surveys, stretch pass to Johnny Zilm on the right. Does well to gain the red line, avoid contact, work it ahead. Giorgio in hard on the full check. Comes away with it. Shot by Zilm. This is all on the kill here. The Blues get a shot, blocked. Giorgio and Zilm both in on the full check. Now they'll skate hard to get back. Cyclones gain the zone coming up the right. Good block there by Peterson. Zilm collects to work it out. Giorgio ahead on the forecheck. He's skating with fresh legs after a couple games off. Works his man across the boards. Miniman now at the top of the circle. Top of the zone, excuse me. Right. Announcing games rusty. Giorgio works his man down. Puck way at the blue line, not out. Cyclones having a hard time setting their offense, but now they have possession. Nice shot, and that's in. Should have kept my mouth shut. 4-3. Cyclones find pay dirt. They had a big body in front of the net who was all alone, and I don't know how he got all alone. Tough ass for Luke there. So the goal fest continues. 4-3 now, just a minute into period two. So the Blues can't quite kill off the Boyer minor. A one-goal game now. Blues putting the face-off. Brooks Rubis against the red line shoots in. Schneider and Crowley both in hard. Crowley battles. Works it back to Brooks and left point over to Rubis. Rubis shot through. Stopped by the goalie. Nice circle pass from Crowley. Can't connect, but Linus is going to be able to collect this through the neutral zone and back to the defensive zone. Sharply up. Bowers loses the puck with the Cyclones. Shoot it in. Ice. Oh, I apologize. Icing's not the call. Oh, the center ice face off. Bauer on the left. Film on the right. Grant Fuchner ready for the drop. He works it back. Good win by Grant. Still in a battle on the boards. Bauer comes in. Heavy contact. Rubis works it through the neutral zone. He reverses. Pass ahead is blocked. Johnny Zilm trying to work it ahead. That pass is intercepted. Now the Cyclones come up off the left. Good challenge by Rubis to slow up his man and body him into the boards. Rubis can't elude that. Checking forward. Puck now ahead out of the zone. Bauer trying to collect. He works it in. Bruce had numbers. Good stop by Lino. Good seal by Lino. And he works it down off the boards, off the back of the cage now. Cincinnati collects. Good hold in by Linus. They'll do it again. Shoots it off the board. Cranks it off the cage. Rubis now pinching. Silm and Fugner in on the forecheck. Cyclones reverse on their goal. Works to break it out off the boards. And that should go all the way down for icing. And will at 13. Nope, waved off at the last second. So Brooks slowed down. But now Brooks is moving. He skates it ahead. They'll go all the way. Brooks looking to go end to end. Gets slashed. Good call. Brooks shot off the side of the pipe. Blues now collect. Man down. Looking to center. Russell surveys. Komodowski on the left point. Shot through. Traffic in front. Bugner. Goal. Nice play. Blues back up 2 at 13:03. Komodowski with a nice hard shot from the left point, and Fugner was able to get a stick on it and redirect. I don't think it went in right off the Fugner's redirect. I think he had to get a second piece of it, but regardless, nice work by those two. I could also be completely wrong. I don't know if that went straight in from Komodowski or not. In any event, those are up 5-3, 13:03, period 2. Spakansky, Boyer, Wessel, Smith, Komodowski. Blues win it ahead. Boyer ahead, one-on-one. He's going to get to the puck first. Kansky now helps. Stick check by the goalie, and he'll freeze it. Nice job by the Cyclones netminder. 12:53, period 2. As the Blues get ready for a face-off to his left. Send troops. Spakansky into the circle. Ready for the drop, and he'll win it back. Help from Wessel to Malachi. Shot quickly ahead, doesn't get through, works it all the way back. Boyer dealing with some pressure on his feet still. Another good pop. So physicality picking up in this game. Cyclones come ahead now. They'll gain the red line. Big hit by Malachi Smith on the boards. Komodowski now battles behind. Not quite behind the cage. Held up. Cyclones at the center, outside of the stop, outside of the dots. Bad save by Luke. Komodowski works it ahead. And carries it on the left. Pinch on the board. Centering pass to a shot on goal and stopped. Shoulder there by Komodowski. He occupies 2 men. Dead circle by Boyer outside of the high slot. Works it down. Komodowski trying to get a shot off, but his stick lifted. Puck is loose in front. Now Spakansky will collect on the half boards. He sends it back to Malachi Smith. Malachi shot, looking for a redirect. Is Wessel. Puck is loose. And now frozen. 11:50. Job by the Cyclones goaltenders. Facing a fair amount of rubber the last couple minutes. Wholesale change for the Blues. They get ready for another ozone face-off. Giorgio with Harris to his left, Blanchard to his right, Peterson and Miniman in the deep area. Giorgio wins it back to Peterson. Peterson works it down, stop. Giorgio in on his man, pins him against the boards. Harris now on the half boards, looking to work it. Bank shot, works it back, down. He's still playing with the puck. Giorgio comes in. Not away with it. He worked it down. Now Giorgio has it. Works it back to Peterson. That shot's blocked right off the shins. Now shot down. Giorgio will go in. And with some support from Blanchard. Giorgio and Blanchard work together. Blanchard black centering pass to Harris. Didn't quite get all of it. Nice play. Now we got a 2-on-1 coming the other way. Peterson stops shot. Good back check by Harris. And now Giorgio looks to go the other way as it's a 4-on-2. If they do it right, it is. Cyclones work back. Giorgio ahead on the right. He'll go behind the cage, looks to center it, no one there. Peterson missed on his shot. Minimum backhand shot in front. Structurally, we're all out of shape putting on the attack, and now we have to go back. So Crowley covering on defense. Back with Peterson. Cyclones are ready for a change, so they'll just shoot it in. Now Peterson will look to break it out. Fresh troops now for the Blues as they try to complete the line change. Crowley up the left. Good job looking to center it. That goes on net. And goalie has to head save it and then dive on it. Frees it at 10:33. Period 2, Blues up to 5-3. Let's catch up on the action. We have Brooks and Rubis, Schneider, Crowley, and Bowers. Win by Schneider back, and his reward for that is getting smoked a shot from Linus Brooks from the point. Blues work it down. Crowley does well to occupy two men. Now some support from Bowers in there. 3 Cyclones, 2 Blues, and Bowers still working hard. Crowley comes away with it. He'll go back for more. Pinches his man. Buchner in on the half boards. That just shoots over Rubis' stick, so he'll collect in the neutral zone. Funnels it over to Brooks ahead on the left. Works the puck in. Cyclones can't control. Brooks would have to go for a change. Excuse me. Brooks and Rubis work together in the D zone. Collect. Brooks looking to snap it ahead. That won't go for icing. Fugner ahead. He's going to win that battle. Good hustle by Grant. Stops. Looks. He works it back to Rivers on the right. Over to Linus on the left. Shot. Redirect. And stop. Nice play. Great. Loose puck hit by Grant Fugner. He comes away with it. Feeds Linus on the left slot. Shot. Stop. Really good stop by the goaltender there. Linus had a nice look at that one. And we'll freeze it at 9:26. The Blues and Cyclones exchange pleasantries. They change personnel. We'll have yet another Blues ozone face-off here. Bugner on the draw. Zilm to his right, Bauer to his left. Bauer comes ahead with it, sidesteps his man. He works it back. Komodowski seals it on the left point as well to get that shot through. Zilm for the redirect. Stop. Zilm collects. Bugner on the half board works it down. Zilm ahead on the forecheck. Puck rimmed around. Cyclones trying to exit. They will exit. Komodowski quickly gathers. Surveys. Puck is worked in by Como. He loses the puck, and now Cyclones look to push the attack the other way. They are harassed. Malachi Smith works that puck through the neutral zone, and then either Zilm or Fugner work it ahead. Bauer recovers. He has the puck on his stick. He's along the boards. It's a pretty good shot from behind. No call. Keep an eye on those two. Number 4, Cincinnati, so we had a penalty, and that's the wrong bear to poke. 13 Blue can go to wood. Good job by Boyer ahead on the forecheck. Stefanski now works ahead. Malachi Smith works the puck up. Now Boyer gains the zone. He's looking to follow at the Wessel. That pass can't get across. Boyer collects to Smith, and now Komodowski through the neutral zone. He'll give ground and does well to elude his man. Now works it ahead to Boyer. Nice pass by Komodowski. Boyer up the left. Running out of real estate. Howard moving on to his trip. No call. Stefanski collects on the half boards, works it down. Boyer not happy about that non-call. Good hit there. Cyclones come away with it, but they can't control it. Good job by Miniman to disrupt that. Russell now head up the left, trying to find Boyer. Boyer to the front. That pass can't connect. Stefanski in on the forecheck. He and Wessel work together. Still battling. 2 Blues. They'll come away with it. Wessel now looks, skates. They'll turn to the front. Turn the sauce pass over to Miniman, who's coming in. Shot is in, and now frozen. Good look by Wessel. 7:18, period 2. Blues still up 2. Looking to add to it here. Miniman and Peterson, your defensive pairing. Blanchard, Harris, Giorgio, get ready for the drop. The Cyclones goaltender is left. Giorgio wins it back to Miniman. Miniman shot Collected by Giorgio. Puck loose, can't be collected. Cyclones look to exit. Oh, working through the neutral zone. Good job by Miniman to disrupt that. Giorgio in on his man and comes away with the puck. He'll run it around to Peterson, trying to find Harris. Peterson takes a good shot but makes the play to get the puck out. Harris ahead on the forecheck hard and fast, and now Giorgio joins. Giorgio has a shot, a little high, a little wide, and Miniman does well to keep it in and works it in deep. Blanchard does a nice hit. Now Harris collects, looking the survey, works across to Miniman on the right point. Miniman walks in, shot and glove, 6:31 left in period 2. Schneider comes in, ready for the drop. Crowley and Bauer. Brooks Rubis. Who's going to face off? Work it in. Rubis' shot can't get through. But Crowley now with his man. Cyclones run it around. Rubis is going to seal it. Can't, but was able to hold the puck just outside the blue line. Good battle there. Now Crowley comes in, loses an edge, and Rubis now circles, retreats in his zone over to Brooks. Back to Rubis. They look to exit. Nice hook by Rubis in on Bauer's skate. He'll skate in hard off the left. Rubis and Crowley Bowers and Crowley work together. Cyclones now bring it through the neutral zone. Up the right, good shot blocked by Linus. Crowley now collects, looks to exit the zone. Blues work it out just outside the blue line. Puck loose, now finds its way to Bauer. We're on a change here. Got to hold to make sure we're not off. Puck shot in. Bauer with a good power moving back in, and goalie freezes it. 5:23. Little spear by 47 White, unnoticed by the officials, but certainly noticed by Rubis and Linus Brooks, and sure they're taking numbers and they're actually telling the bench about it right now. Hugner, Bauer, Zilm, your forwards. Hamadowski and Smith, defenseman. Hugner wins it back, help from Zilm. Malachi Smith shoots it in. Good check there by Hugner. Zilm as well. Grant comes away with it. Those circle, puts on the brakes, works it back to Malachi Smith in the right point. No shot into the netting. We'll freeze it at 5:05 left in the second period. Another ozone face-off from the Blues. The right of the Cyclones goaltender. Same personnel. Friedner gets ready for the drop. Puck worked ahead. Now collected by the Cyclones. Bauer in chase. They're harassing his man. Cyclones are able to exit, but no one there. Patty skates it ahead. He goes down. No call. Friedner works it ahead from the blue line. Sim collects it from the half board. He puts the brakes on, and we have a stoppage. Hamadowski will go off. Didn't see the play. So Blues will be on the kill. Hamadowski minor at 4:44. Period 2. Blues still up 2. PK unit is Peterson, Miniman, Spitansky, and Wessel. Face off. Battled for loose. Cyclones have it behind the cage. Miniman works it off the board behind the cage. Peterson skates in, wins his battle. Now ahead to Wessel. Wessel works it out. Great job by Luke. Wessel, he's going to come away with it. Excellent work by Wessel. Occupies 3 men and shaves 20 seconds off the penalty. Now Peterson collects a loose puck in the neutral zone. So ahead of the red line. He spins the puck. Cyclones collect in their defensive zone. Looking to break it out, harassed by Wessel. And now Spapansky picks that up to Wessel. 2-on-1. Slides it over to Spapansky. Puck is loose. Great job, short-handed by Wessel and Spapansky, working real hard. We ripped off the first 43 seconds of that penalty. 4 minutes even left in period 2. Blues still up to 5-3 your score. Excellent work by Spapansky and Wessel. They're replaced now by Zillman Crowley. Brooks and Rubis out on defense. They win it back. Rubis will gather. Retreats into his defensive zone with his partner. And Brooks will shoot it in off the Cyclones, so no icing. Now Cyclones look to come the other way. They gain the red line up the right seam. Looking at a cross ice. Pad save. Kicked out. Harassed by the Blues. Get a clean look. That puck will come out. So now Rubis has 2. He got Zilm with him. Over to Zilm. Now Zilm looking to backhand back to Rubis. Rubis just pins it on the board. Smart play. Hutch. He'll just let some clock run. And 1 Hutch and 2 Cyclones. I like that math. 30 seconds left on the Komodowski minor. Great hit by Crowley. Open ice pop. Cyclones forward had his head down looking to find the puck. And Crowley leveled him. And he's looking for more. Crowley in on the forecheck here. Blues really killing this nicely. And I should shut my mouth. 12 on the power play. 10 on the power play. Giorgio in on the up. He disrupts that pass. Now Linus circles it back to him. Penalty is filled. Blues have it. They'll flutter it out of zone. They're looking to find Komodowski on the break. Cyclones stop that. Giorgio on the forecheck. His man evades him. And big hit from behind the play on Hutch Rubis there. Minus Brooks works it around. Giorgio trying to skate it out of the zone. Can't. Now does. And absolutely smacks his man. Comes away with the puck. He's got Blanchard trying to get it. Good slash, no call. And that shot in. I'll put the play off sides at the 2:01 mark. Well, the fight face off just outside the Blues defense. Oh, never mind. Center ice face off. 2:01. Spapansky, Harris, and Blanchard. Peterson and Miniman, the defenseman. Cyclones come away with that draw. Miniman now gathers in his zone. Works it up but not out on the boards. Puck now through. Shot from the slot. 2 saves. And we'll freeze it at 150. Face-off is going to be Echoes left. Blues come away with it. Peterson works it up the boards from Harris. Harris in hard. He's looking for Blanchard, who's driving hard to the right. Just off the tape was a nice look. Miniman now battles in the half boards. He goes down, gets right back up. And Peterson slows that, forces a rink-wide pass from the Cyclones. They can't do much with it. Being mobbed, it's being held, no call. Peterson battling below. He works the puck ahead. Spapansky up, starts the rush on the left. He's in at the dot. Shot wide. Got a delayed penalty here by Cincinnati. So Blues trying to get the 6-man on 2. Stoppage at 1:06 of a holding call. So the Blues will go back on the power play for the final minute and change of the second frame. 47 White with the infraction. Blues will have a ozone face-off. Huebner, Wessel, Boyer, Smith, Komodowski. Grant gets ready for the drop. He wins it himself, works it back to Komodowski. Stutter step ahead to Huebner. Huebner, a snap shot, loose. Good pad save by the goalie. Cyclones will send it out. Should go all the way down for icing. Nope, waved off. And Komodowski brings it ahead. Bugner works it ahead. That's an interference call on White. The Blues should go here on a 5-on-3 with 41.4 seconds. The final frame. So a minute 35 of 5-on-3. We'll see what the Blues can do with it. Oh, wait. I guess Boyer found his way to the box, too. I have no idea. He was interfered with first, which is the Cincinnati infraction. Let's see what they called on Boyer. So never mind the minute 35 of 5-on-3. We'll just play regular power play. Blues still on the man advantage, 41.4 in period 2, minute 35 on the penalty. Bugner wins it again. He's been good on the dot all day. Komodowski for Bugner. They'll trade places. Bugner now to Smith. Smith back to Komodowski. That's covered. Komodowski skates ahead. Nice pass to Malachi outside the dots. Low shot, blocked. Malachi forces it back. Puck will be sent across to the neutral zone. Bugner in the race. Good battle. Wins his race there. Cincinnati works it ahead. Well, Wessel's back. And he works it ahead, not out. Good hit by Wes. Komodowski now behind the cage. He collects it. And that'll do it for period 2. So we'll come back to the final frame. 54 seconds remain on the Blues power play. See you in a minute. All right, final frame. We're underway. Schneider wins the draw. Back to Rubis to Brooks. Brooks deep in his zone. Will retreat behind the cage. Looks to set the attack. Head to the right. Drops it back to Rubis, who gains the red line and gains the zone. Rubis on the half boards. Looks it back to Brooks. To Rubis. Cross ice pass. Stick interferes with that. Schneider collects. Looks it back to Rubis. Left point. A drift to the center of the ice. And Schneider just outside the dot. Hard shot. Pad save. Schneider collects his rebound on the half boards. Bauer right at the cage. He'll work it out to Schneider. Rubis drifts right. Works to Schneider on the left. They'll try again. Shot doesn't get through. Cyclones kill it. Rubis collects it. The players out of the box. Pursuits. And then basically ice for a change. Bench for a change. Now ahead to Bowers. Nice pass for Rubis. Bowers looking to get through. Can't. Good reverse hit. Stays on his feet. Now looking for Troops. He works it back to Miniman, who's fresh on the ice. Works it back down to Bowers on the right. Powers across to Peterson, quickly across to Miniman. That shot's blocked. And Schneider now gains the zone. Boots on a change. Hard pad save there. Bowers in on the left. Bowers in the cage. He'll go for a skate. Works it back to Miniman. Miniman shot and in. Let's see who collected. Miniman was able to get that shot down. I think Harris might have finished it off. So Harry on the board. So Blues have doubled up the Cyclones 6-3 at 14-16. Offsetting minors have expired, which means Boyer is back in play as he heads over to the bench. Giorgio, Harris, and Blanchard, supported by Peterson and Miniman. Giorgio wins it back to Peterson, quickly to Miniman, back to Peterson in his zone, works it ahead. Harris looking for a touch pass to Giorgio. That doesn't connect. Harris is sitting hard on the forecheck as well with his stick to interrupt. That pass as the Cyclones were looking for a 2-on-1. Harris behind his cage. He looks to break it out to Blanchard up the right. Blanchard ahead to Giorgio through center ice. Gains his zone. Giorgio up the right, trying to dish to the center, but can only find a Cyclone. They're now back the other way. Miniman goes down. Puck comes out, so they've got a free rush. That's unfortunate. Back of the net, 6-4, 13:44. So a slight misplay there turns into a breakaway for the Cyclones. They capitalize on the opportunity. Nicely located shot by number 3 in white. Hubner, Zilm, Bauer. Hubner collects the face off. Puck will come in. It should be offside. It is. 13:38. We'll drop it again just outside of the blue zone, in front of their bench. Hubner, face-off win back to Komodowski and Smith, who are fresh on the ice for the Blues. Pass can't connect. Smith's battling. Cyclones try to work it. Komodowski comes over in support. He works it ahead to Zim. Cross ice to Bauer. Gains the zone. Drops it to Komodowski, who's ahead. Handles. Interrupted. Malachi Smith now pinches up the boards and he works. Tony Zilm rotates back in defense. Friedner headed on the forecheck. Nice hit by Grant. Komodowski seals it. And now puck will come out through the neutral zone. Malachi collects in his own end. Looking for a touch pass to Zilm. Puts it on the tape to Bauer. Bauer through. Trying to gather it. Backhand just wide. And now the Blues left to get back the other way. Stefanski does well there. Blues puck in the center of the ice. Stefanski ahead. Works it in deep. Blues go for a change. Boyer on the ice. Stefanski head on the forecheck. Nice job by Boyer to stop that. Poking ahead. Stefanski on the cage. Reverses to Boyer. Boyer in a battle. Held in at the left point by Brooks. Shot stopped. Held at 12:21. Blues up 2, 6-4 your score, period 3. Second and final game of our weekend here. Stefanski in for the face-off with Wessel, who helps in the win back to Brooks over to Rubis. Rubis shot in just wide and high. Brooks seals it from the left. He works it down. Rubis now pitches in. He'll work the puck down low. Back out to the point. Boyer to Rubis. Rubis quickly back to Boyer on the right boards. Boyer being held. He's battling. He's skating hard. Cyclones looking to work it out, but having a hard time. Rubis seals that. To Boyer. Now looking for Rubis. The 1T can't connect. Nice play. Rubis with a good stick there. Keep the puck in deep into the Blues offensive zone. Stefanski on the half boards. He works it down. He's in a battle as is Wessel. Cyclones look to work it out. Rubis looking to hit his man. Nice pop. They're going to get Rubis for interference. I thought his hand had the puck. So Blues go back on the kill at 11:27. Dreaded 2-goal lead. Giorgio and Zilm, Peterson and Minuteman, your PK unit to start this kill. To the right of Skinnapieko. So we'll redo it. Cyclones kicked out of the circle. Take two. Giorgio ties up his man. Blues win the draw. Zilm ahead, out. Cyclones have to collect. They retreat through their zone. Giorgio and Zilm harassing them on the kill. Giorgio can't quite gather the puck, but the Blues have it. Miniman shoots it in. That's going to be offsides. 11:08. Same floor for the Blues, just 18 seconds into this kill. We're going to bring the draw to center ice. Giorgio wins it back. Peterson's help to Miniman. Miniman ahead to Zilm. Can't exit the zone. Now Zilm chips it ahead. That should slow down and not go. But that guy slowed down. They do give the icing call, so now we'll prepare for a drop in our zone. Luke's right. Same kill unit out. They're only 31 seconds into this penalty. And they killed the Rubis minor for interference. Giorgio ties up his man. Zilm and Peterson combine for the win. Miniman shoots it out off the board. That's going to go all the way down. So we'll drop it again. Minute 20 remaining on Blues minor. Let's see if we get some fresh troops. And we do. Here comes Blanchard and Spapansky to trade out for Zilm and Giorgio. Miniman and Peterson face off to Luke's left. One back by Spapansky. Chopped ahead by Miniman, but not out. Cyclones hold it. They'll work it down. Peterson now pushes the Cyclones to the end. They work it down the half boards behind the cage. Miniman does well to knock his man off the puck. He'll collect ahead, not out. Cyclones hold it in. Shot gets through. Nice save by Gecko. 10:22, 55 seconds remain on the Rubis minor. Blues up a pair, 6-4. Blanchard gets ready for the drop. Malachi Smith and Patty Komodowski come on in defense. Patty Komodowski works it ahead. Spapansky, who's in hard on the forecheck. Cyclones through their zone. Good pressure by Mason Blanchard just outside the zone, looking to get a little touch pass to Spapansky back in. That doesn't go. The Blues now gather in their end. Komodowski works it ahead. That is stopped in the neutral zone by the Cyclones, who are playing with it deep at the blue line. That puck comes out, so they'll have to retreat again. Their two forwards work out of the zone. 18 seconds remaining on the Rubis minor. Cincinnati ahead, getting the zone just outside the dots. They'll freeze it. Shot doesn't get through. Nice block by Spapansky. Komodowski blows a tire on his reverse. Cyclones have it. Good stick by Spapansky to interrupt that. Good hustle by Patty there to work the puck out. Rubis out of the box. They'll go for a change. Spapansky held. Yeah, we're going to draw a minor there. He's got a backdoor play to Malachi's shot. Blocked high and into the boards. And Blues special teams go to work again, this time on the power play at 9:13. Interference call against number 4 in white. Brooks and Rubis behind Schneider, Crowley, Bowers. Schneider ahead on the draw. Face off is gathered by Cincinnati. They'll shoot ahead. Linus retreats. Will put the brakes on behind his cage. Works it over to Rubis. Rubis now looking ahead. He'll circle right at his own blue line. Change the point of attack. Blues work it up, but they are offside. 8:49 in the game. 1:37 remaining on the power play. Fresh line for the Blues will be Harris, Blanchard, and Giorgio. Dropped just outside of the Cyclones zone. Giorgio ahead, collected by Harris. Harris into the zone. Can't find Blanchard, but Blanchard's working. Good step there. Now Linus Brooks gets back. Touch at a good puck. Good job by Lino to shut that down. Pass deflected by one of the Blues, Giorgio or Blanchard. Now Harris from Rubis sharply ahead. Harris gains the zone. Looking for numbers. Giorgio, his shot doesn't get through, and we'll have a stoppage at 8:18, minute 6 on the Cincinnati Minor. Fresh defensemen, Peterson and Miniman. Harris, Blanchard, Giorgio remain. Fresh four for Cincinnati. Their goaltender gets ready for this drop to his right. Giorgio wins it back. Harris on the boards, works it down to Blanchard. Blanchard looking for a give and go to Giorgio. That's a nice pad save. Good look by Blanchard. Giorgio couldn't carry that. And now we've got a 2-on-1 back the other way. Really great hustle by Blanchard to stop that. Great stick work by Peterson. And now Giorgio ahead from Miniman to Harris. Back to Giorgio. Brings it in. They have a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Giorgio looking for the pass. Good stop by Cincinnati. Trying to find Harry on the back door. Miniman skates it behind the cage. Blues still on the attack. 34 remaining on the minor. Giorgio now over to Peterson. Peterson down. Back with the puck over to Harris. Quickly back to Peterson right at the center blue line. Works it down to Miniman on the dots. Looking for a centering pass from Giorgio. Quick shot. Good stop by the goalie. Nice little look by Miniman. Giorgio got a lot on it. Good stop. 7:29 left in the game. 17 seconds remaining on the Blues power play. Fresh troops at the forward position. Fugner flanked by Bauer and Zilm. Peterson and Miniman remain. Fugner wins the puck ahead. Bauer on the cage. He'll circle. Works it back to Miniman. The left point. Miniman down. Fugner back to Peterson. Fugner trying to find Zilm for the 1-2. Peterson lifts it from high slot. Penalties killed. Cincinnati looking to bring it out, but Bauer does a nice job to harass them. Fugner looking for a big hit. Good pop. Miniman does well to reverse that. Now Zilm looks ahead. Heads up. Suey pass. That'll be offside. 6:55. Wholesale change for the Blues. Smith and Komodowski, your deep pairing. Spitansky has Wessel to his right, Poyer to his left, just outside the Cincinnati T-zone. Spitansky puck ahead, collected but not controlled by Cincinnati. Patty jumps in, joins the rush, gets a shot. Glove save high. Wessel now collects behind the cage. And looks to circle. Wessel all the way to the blue line. Finds Smith down, looking for just off on Spitansky's one time. A little bit right of the cage. Battle for it. Goalie goes down and freezes it. 6:27 left in period 3. Blues still up 2. Get ready for a face-off in the Blues offensive zone to the left of the Cincinnati goaltender. Spitansky, Wessel, Boyer remain. Smith and Komodowski are defensemen. Face-off 1, but stolen by Cincinnati. Malachi collects behind his goal. We'll funnel it out to Wessel. Deep on the half boards. He'll go for a skate. Skates it out. Now gains the line. Now gains his own. Drive, Luke. Good power move. He'll go behind the cage, looking for a wrap, and it's in. Beautiful play by Luke Russell. I want to see that one again. Didn't have the best look at it from my vantage point, but great job by 88. Puts the Blues up 3 with 6:02 to play. Fresh forwards for the Blues. Bowers and Crowley flank Schneider. Schneider face-off win back to Komodowski. Komodowski gains the line, avoids a hit. Odrag's at the line. That is shut down by Cincinnati. Mucking it up in the neutral zone. Now Komodowski gathers behind his cage. Leaves it for Schneider. It's broken up by Cincinnati, who now try to have it on the half boards. Lots of battles. Komodowski there. Schneider with a good stick on that. Traffic in front, still loose. And now Bowers brings it up the right. He's got a head of steam. Loses the puck. Schneider holds it in and pins it along the half board. Cincinnati comes away with it. They exit their zone. In the red line, and they'll flip it in. Komodowski knocks that down. Works it ahead to Schneider, who has Bowers on the right if he can get him. Oh, good idea. Just off. Bowers collects on the half boards. Blues look to reset the zone. Rubis does well with that puck right at the blue line to work it deep. Crowley battling hard. He'll go behind the cage. Finds Giorgio just up, jumped on, shot from the blue line. Goalie's able to glove that at 4:42. Blues up 3, 7-4. Looking to close this one out on their Sunday afternoon. Giorgio, Harris, Blanchard. Giorgio wins the draw back to Rubis. Rubis shot high. Puck's loose in front. It'll funnel through the neutral zone. Rubis retreats over to his partner Brooks. Back to Rubis. Deep in the zone. Looks ahead to Blanchard. Blanchard gains the zone up the right. He puts the brakes on. Harris collects in support. And goes down to a knee, but handles it well. Rubis retreats again through the neutral zone into his D zone. And he's skating by Hutch. And some nice handling by Hutch. He exits the zone, gains the red line. That's Giorgio up the right, trying to find him. A little far for that. Giorgio's going to pick it up off the boards. Leave it for Blanchard. That play doesn't work. Now back to Rubis on the point. Shot wide, just off. Harris to Giorgio on the half board. Giorgio trying to find Blanchard, doesn't get through. Brooks with a shot. Redirect is wide from Blanchard. Blanchard and Giorgio work together. To Harris, who's now behind the cage, trying to find Blanchard in front. Can't get through. Harris collects. His cross ice pass intercepted. Giorgio stops that attack and now has the puck. Puts the brakes on, deals with contact, and Cincinnati comes away with it. Puck not out now. Giorgio still has it, working with Harris. And they're going to get Giorgio for a hooking call at the 3:21 mark. So the Blues will be on the kill. 7-4. We'll see if we can go get an in-game interview here. Got an in-game interview. What'd you see on that, 17? You got called for the hook. Giorgio agrees it was a hook. Blues look to kill it off at 3:20. Good stop by Scanafieko. Traffic behind. Crowley out on the top of the pyramid. Good job by him to work the puck deep. Good hit. Can't work it out, but Peterson and Miniman combine to work the puck behind the cage. Miniman will send it around. Cincinnati's going to get there first. Fugner and Miniman working together on the boards. That shot is stopped by Peterson. Crowley now exits his back. Ran ahead if we can find him. They'll just have to work it ahead. Hubner picks it up, so shorthanded. The Blues look to spend some time in their offensive zone. Hubner occupies two guys on the boards. Nice work by Grant. 10 seconds roll off the clock. High shot from Fugner. Peterson has it ripped to him. He puts it on hard. Cincinnati having trouble getting their power play going. Under a minute now on the Giorgio hooking minor. 2:14 in the game. Nice stick by Bauer. He's looking for Zilm. Has him. Zilm just off his tapey skate. Shot and held. 2:06 remaining. 46 remaining on the Giorgio minor. Blues up 3, 7-4. Smith and Komodowski behind Bauer and Zilm. Nice job by Johnny Zilm on that face-off. And Cincinnati just has to play a catch behind their own net on the power play. Now they'll send it down. They've iced the puck. And they have 30 seconds left on the kill. 1:51 remaining in period 3. Bauer and Zilm on the draw. Bauer wins it ahead. Good pressure by him on the boards. He battles 2 Cyclones. Chews up more clock. 20 seconds remain on the Giorgio minor. Cincinnati having a hard time exiting the zone. Good forward check there by Zilm. They finally gain the red line, but they're going to put the play off sides at 1:32. 11 seconds left on Blues penalty kill. Zilm and Bauer will go take a well-earned break. Spakansky and Boyer finish this off, and they combine to win the face-off. Boyer ahead to himself up the boards. Play is onside. Boyer puts brakes on. It's knocked down, but gets right back up. Good toughness. Oh, what a beautiful play. Wow. Credit Boyer on that. He was absolutely fantastic. Dealing with a lot of contact, good, sturdy physical play, and finds Spakansky right in front. Buries the 1-T. Uzi again doubled up Cincinnati 8-4. 1:17 left in this one. Great shift by Tyson Boyer. And Spakansky buries it. He and Boyer now joined by Wessel as the Blues kill it off. Rubis and Brooks in defense. Rubis pinches on the boards. Heavy support by Spakansky. Comes away with it. Looks to find Wessel. Backhand. Good stop by the goalie. Puck is still loose in front now. I didn't see who buried it, but we got another one. 58.6 seconds. Blues 9, Cincinnati 4. That was either Wessel or Boyer again. It's like we're going to get it. Boyer. Bowers, Schneider, Crowley looked to finish it off along with Rubis and Brooks. Under a minute in the game now. Brooks to Rubis in the B zone. Rubis skates it out ahead to Crowley. Is ahead onside. Crowley picks it up on the right, funnels it. Goalie gets a glove on it as it's going through the paint. Schneider collects. His shot doesn't get through. Bowers now collects. Reverses. 30 seconds left in the game. Shot can't get through. Brooks and Rubis collect deep in their zone. Nice little pass by Brooks to Schneider over to Rubis. Looks to come out. As the puck knocked off his stick. Schneider's in onside. Shot wide. Under 10 to play here. Brooks in a battle on the boards. Number 5. 3-2-1, and that'll do it for game 2. Blues 9, Cyclones 4. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.